So Ben, how did you get into astrology?
I got into astrology when a high school friend who sat in front of me in Latin class turned around one day and said, "I just read this astrology book on how to do charts. I'd like to do your chart. Can you get your birth time?" I got my birth time from my father, and he did my chart, and I was fascinated. I got into astrology more seriously after I had been living in Hindu ashrams for a number of years, and was already working with correlating data from Hinduism and other sources into a master kind of diagram for how things work in the universe and beyond. And I was applying that to astrology, and as I applied it more and more to astrology, I said, I'm going to really want to do astrology. And that was 1980.
Cool. How has astrology impacted your life, both personally and as a career?
Personally, extremely profoundly. As a career, I've been involved off and on in terms of dealing with it to make my money. I lived in a particular area where it's famous for when a professional astrologer moves there, they find that it's tougher going than it was in other places. But it's always a passion for me. I always keep up with the literature and keep up with the things that interest me most about astrology.
So where are you living now?
I live in a suburb of Nashville, Tennessee.
Do you find it difficult being an astrologer in the South?
I don't know about the South in general. I hear, it's easier saying Atlanta than in Nashville. Where I am, it is.
So how would you define astrology to a person on the street?
The correspondence of the macrocosm to the microcosm. The course that God, goddess, if you will, has or have given us to take for this lifetime, things we're supposed to meet, things we're supposed to go through, lessons we're supposed to take.
What's your favorite quote aspect of astrology in terms of like what fascinates you most about it that you would like to convey?
I think that what fascinates me most about astrology is that it really is the bridge between mysticism and science. We have the situation for a number of years now with the Goklan research findings giving skeptics fits. I talked with a skeptic on an internet chat situation for a considerable period of time, and at one point I said, well, what about the Goklan data? It really is an effect that you can't deny. And they said, well, but it's a weak effect. So really, astrology, I think, is going to be our real wedge of the mysticism into science, even a little bit more than things like quantum theory.